Good morning and namaskar. Good morning. I think namaskar will sound louder. Namaskar. Thank you, everyone. That was louder. Thank you so much. Uh, Thank you, Delhi, and welcome all. I do know that some people are still coming in. There is a little bit of a traffic on the roads expectedly today because of whatever happened yesterday. But for those who are present here, we'll try and make sure that we account for everybody who's yet to come in also. Is that okay? So make enough noise, keep enough energy so that all of us can go back from here feeling really good. An event like this always brings in people from various parts of the retail industry. It creates what I call as connect, converse, collaborate, and sometimes you also get to catalyze some of these things. As Retailers Association of India, which is your association, it's my privilege to stand here and talk to you about what's happening to retail and what is with Retailers Association and what is Retailers Association if some of you are very new to the association. How many of you are members with Retailers Association of India? Feel free, don't feel shy. So thank you so much. You all know that you are members, and that means that for people like me, you are the owners of the business, because obviously each one of you are contributors to making Retail Association what it is. You are also the customers. So very few businesses can say that your customers and owners are same, and that's what happens in an association. So thank you for being customers and owners. What is Retailers Association? We do various things. We do help in retail development, facilitation, propagation of retail as an industry. And over a period, I think we've been successful in making sure that retail as an industry gets recognized at various state levels as well as at the center. Some of us are reaping the benefits of it. And of course, sometimes there is also worry because obviously the expectations from each of us increases. We do three things. We do advocacy. So we do work with the government, semi-government bodies, etc. We sometimes work with them to make things happen. We sometimes take a fight with them to get our things happen. And that's the way we do things. But I think most of the times we come out into a consensus that can come and help the industry. But I always say that as an industry, we are successful only because whenever we do things, we think about the consumer first, our end customers. Because if you do not do things that's for the end customers, whatever we do can be counterintuitive. So whenever we do even an advocacy work with the government, we try and first put our hats to say, what do we do to make things happen? And I think that's what makes life easier for all of us. We also identify areas that can help decision makers. We also collaborate with national, international associations, organizations, etc. We are part of an association of, rather a federation of associations across the world called FIRA, Federation of International Retail Associations. We are also part of an federation which is for the Asia Pacific region. It is called FAPRA, Federation of Asia Pacific Retail Associations. So this makes sure that we are connected with various parts of the world, also make sure that we can get inputs from whatever they do, and we also then are capable of influencing some of the things that happens to retail across the globe. We work on various retail learning initiatives. We try and see if we can get more employees into the business. We try and create growth path for employees in the business. We recently signed up an MOU with the Indira Gandhi Open University, in fact last Friday, to try and see if we can do a great MBA program for retail associates who are working with us. And our thought process is not necessarily only to the creme de la creme of the people in the industry who are always very well educated, but also to try and get those guys who are not fortunate enough to get educated or who are not necessarily good at formal education to get recognized for their capabilities and skills. So a skill-based recognition is what we want to create, and that's what we've done with Indira Gandhi Open University. We've been always doing a BBA in retail, which means that people who are working in retail get to become graduates even when they work for us. And now we've formed up that. Tonight, I'm going to, in fact, to Indore. We are going to do something with IIM in that place tomorrow. So we do with some of the best institutes. We also do work with some of the guys who are going to do work for the people who are not necessarily so privileged in the industry. The recruitment help is something that we do to some extent, but we don't really get too involved in it because we do not want people to be dislocated from one organization to another. But at an overall thought process, overarching thought process, we try and increase the funnel that can get in more people into the industry. At an industry creation level, events like this, definitely we bring in various retailers, service providers of all kinds, real estate players, technology providers, etc. to come in and help us progress our business so that retail as an industry can flourish. We also try and create new benchmarks for each one of us to join and understand. We do have our magazines. Most of you must be getting Store-Eye, a digital form or a printed form. We have Replenish, which gets published often enough so that each one of you can really go through it. And then, of course, the service provider database is something that we do, but at a one-off basis, not necessarily to be given to everybody, because some of our service providers would like them to be referred to the retailers, but but the reverse is sometimes worrisome. If retailers get inundated with various service providers being pushed in by Retailers Association of India, it gets to be worrisome. But we make these events to try and bring everybody together. As of date, we've got more than 2,500 retailers as direct members. We've got another 18,000 retailers as indirect members via the associations that we work with. So about 20,000 members there. We have more than 700,000 stores that we represent as retailers. They are all our members. More than 25 lakh people, 2.5 million people, we've got listed about 4 years before. I guess it is much more now. People who are working only with our member organizations. And then, of course, we represent all kinds of brands to make things happen. We represent all kinds of sectors that contribute to retail as an industry. I already said that we do connect, converse, collaborate, and catalyze. This is what we take seriously as a day-to-day job to try and help the industry create new benchmarks. So what's driving retail today? Definitely digital transformation is out there. Omni-channel, and various names that gets given to it. Fact is that customers, when they wake up, don't necessarily think offline, online. They first think, what can I get done for myself? And depending upon that, they take up whichever channel that works for them. And as retailers, our job is to be available to customers across channels in some form or the other. And we may be having some presence in one channel more than the other channel. That doesn't really matter. But as retailers, we need to be present across. Customers keep shifting their preferences. The whole concept of loyalty keeps getting redefined and re-questioned. But the fact is that one can do a whole lot to try and make sure that customer preferences are getting influenced by what we do. Customer experience is definitely changing every single day. Many of you, I'm sure, will experience what's being done by each retailer who's going to come on stage today, so that we can learn from each other and go through what can happen to make retail business technologically into a different format of customer experience. Of course, rising disposable incomes is influencing what's happening to retail today. Fact is, if we keep telling that India is about roti, kapda and makan, yeah, it's still a significant part of the spend of the customers is roti, kapda, makan. But if about 20 years before, they were happy with some roti, some kapda, some makan, now they are saying, I want to choose the roti, I want to choose the kapda, and I want to choose the makan. And that makes a big difference. As influence of rising income happens in every market, the influence on choice increases. So if you all think back, what was in the refrigerator of a middle-class household in this country about 15 years before to what's in the refrigerator today, you will find there is more than one brand of milk at least. Yes or no? How many of you got more than one brand of milk in your refrigerators? There it goes. How many of you got more than one ketchup in your refrigerators? Yeah, that's lots more, right? And how many of you only have North Indian food items in the refrigerators? Only North Indian? दूसरा कुछ रखते ही नहीं है? Okay, there is one person here who I think is so staunch that he wants to have only North Indian food. But otherwise, I think many of them would keep multiple kinds of food inside. That's what we've done. I think choice is different, and that's what all of us have to understand. And as it is, अब यार यहाँ से बात करके बाहर निकलेंगे तो each one of us, when we go home, each of us speak a different language at home. We come in from multiple cultures. We come in with various religions. We come in with various kinds of languages that we can speak. That is the beauty of India. The clear variety and the inclusivity that we all enjoy is what it is. All of us stood up for the national anthem, but we all know that we are Indians, but we are also very different from each other. That's what makes it very interesting for us to meet each other in this place. So what are customers saying today? They're definitely looking for innovation. Most of the brands which have done very well during the season have been brands that have taken innovation to their heart. They have innovated on their products, they have innovated on services, they have innovated on price, they have innovated on distribution mechanism, they have innovated on the service mechanism. They've done something to make customers come back to them. Personalization is something that customers expect. If you do not call me by my name Kumar, if you do not give me what I want, if you try and sell me nappies, you lost me. The first brand that tries to sell me nappy is already in my junk box. So that's the way all of us treat our mail, our WhatsApp, our SMSs. We try to push people out because of the fact that they're telling us something that's irrelevant to us. So personalization is extremely important, and sometimes it's personalization depending upon the time of the day and the mood of the consumers. That's where it's going to. The same customer who goes in and starts negotiating at Sarojini Nagar market in the morning is seen subsequently in the evening in one of the large DLF malls to try and get the best of brands to come into the house. Because subah mein wo roz ke liye kaam kar raha tha. Subah mein he was buying for what they want for their daily needs. In the evening they are buying for a wedding or for an occasion. The same customer buys very differently. That's what makes it very exciting. So personalization at that time makes sense. If they are coming for a wedding and you tell them price, they are going to get out of your place. If you are going in the morning and you are going to kind of tell them don't concentrate on price, maybe they won't be with you. Depends what they want to do. Accuracy, promise and deliver. If you don't deliver what you promise, I think customers get out. Fast, quick commerce. When I go to most parts of the world, the one thing that people don't really understand is what's happening to India and this whole quick commerce that we all really experience and take for granted now. I thought that 10 minutes was the benchmark till about 5 months before. Yesterday I had a brand who was telling me that at my building, at my house, they'll deliver to me in 5 minutes. Okay. Now 5 minutes is what they are willing to deliver items to me. How many of you bought something from quick commerce in the last 3 days' time? Don't feel shy. Yeah, so that's what happens, all of you. So I was sitting with somebody when I was coming to Delhi day before yesterday. I don't want to tell the brand. They sell a lot of things for hair oil, various things there. But they also sold a lot of items for puja. And he was telling me the largest amount of business that happened in quick commerce for them was various things that was relevant to puja. Looks like for their duties within the family for the season, they were buying things in 10 minutes time because suddenly they found out that अरे यार घर पे पूजा का सामान नहीं है, camphor नहीं है, oil नहीं है, and they were buying things like this. It's amazing what's happening to quick commerce, but it's also that people are buying their undergarments on quick commerce. People are buying sometimes electronic items. I had a meeting in our building on Sunday, and we did not have a good speaker system. The speaker came to me even before I could come down from my residence to the lobby of the building. The speaker and the microphone both were available before I could come down. This is what is happening to all of us. So we're buying electronics, right? And then, of course, you have to be everywhere. I think retail is all about the fact that you should be visible and people should be able to access you from wherever. I was buying items for my mother. I was in Sorrento, which is in Italy, 2 weeks before, and my mother needed something. She's got Parkinson's, and there were things that needed for my mother. My mates were telling me they wanted something. They told me on WhatsApp over a voicemail, and then I was able to get that delivered to the house, sitting in Sorrento in Italy in 7 minutes' time. This is how beautiful the world is for all of us. So that ability to connect, converse, collaborate from wherever you are is as important for all of us. As Retailers Association, I think we've got a team that can get stronger. I always say that as Retailers Association, our ability, we all compete in the marketplace. That's the way we are. We have to compete. But when we come as an association, we have to collaborate. That is the beauty of an industry body. So I would humbly request all of you to come together, try and collaborate, at least shake hands with each other. By the time you go back from here, you should know at least 10 other people, 10 other cards in your pocket means 10 other new ideas. It could be your competitor, but you can still do something. I was there with all the stalls in this place. There is somebody who is doing facial recognition. There is somebody else who is creating large digital screen. And my thought was, if you can do facial recognition and if you can display who they are on screen, how beautiful it would be. So if I, as Kumar Rajagopalan, is willing to be recognized through a facial recognition device, and I am going to be visible on a large digital screen, how wonderful it would be. Now, if all of you are sitting here and all of you giving permission for putting your name somewhere, and if I can post here on the screen who is available inside this room, it's different, right? We all do that for entering an airport today, but that's how we can do things. So collaborate with each other. Think how you can work with your competitor to make things happen so that you can really progress your business. Do get more members into the association. The more the number of members, the better it is for all of us to go and ask for what we want from the various powers to be, so that we can get into an industry that's going to be really smooth and enjoyable for all of us. Enjoy, keep your brain working, and I hope it's going to be a really powerful day for each one of us. Thank you so much.